What the hell? Foyle muttered. On New Year's Eve? Friendly fellow, let's try the back. They walked around the chalet, pursued by the skull and crossbones flashing at intervals, and the canned warning. At one side, they saw the top of a cellar window brightly illuminated and heard the muffled chant of voices. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Cellar Christians? Foyle exclaimed. He and Robin peered through the window. 30 worshippers of assorted faiths were celebrating the New Year with a combined and highly illegal service. The 2050 century had not yet abolished God, but it had abolished organized religion. No wonder the house is man-trapped, Foyle said. Filthy practices like that. Look, they've got a priest and a rabbi, and that thing behind them is a crucifix. Did you ever stop to think that what swearing is? Robin asked quietly. You say Jesus and Jesus Christ. Do you know what that is? Just swearing, that's all like ouch or damn. No, it's religion. You don't know it, but there are 2,000 years of meaning behind words like that. There is no time for dirty talk, Foyle said impatiently. Save it for later, come on. The rear of the chalet was a solid wall of glass, the picture window of a dimly lit, empty living room. Down on your face, Foyle ordered. I'm going in. Robin lay prone on the marble patio. Foyle triggered his body, accelerated into a lightning blur, and smashed a hole in the glass wall. Far down on the sound spectrum, he heard dull concussions. They were shots, quick projectiles laced toward him. Foyle dropped to the floor and turned his ears, sweeping from low bass to supersonic, until at last he picked up the hum of the man-trap control mechanisms. He turned his head gently, pinpointed the location by binaural DF, wove in through the stream of shots, and demolished the mechanism. He decelerated. Come in, quick! Robin joined him in the living room, trembling. The cellar Christians were pouring up into the house somewhere, emitting the sounds of martyrs. Wait here, Foyle grunted. He accelerated, blurred through the house, located the cellar Christians in poses of frozen light, and sorted through them. He returned to Robin and decelerated. None of them is Forrest, he reported. Maybe he's upstairs, the back way. Well, they're going out the front. Come on. They raced up the back stairs. On the landing, they paused to take bearings. Have to work fast, Foyle muttered. Between the shots and the religion riot, the world and his wife will be jaunting around asking questions. He broke off. A low, mewling sound came from a door at the head of the stairs. Foyle sniffed. Analog, he exclaimed. Must be Forrest. How about that? Religion in the cellar and dope upstairs. What are you talking about? I'll explain later. In here. I only hope he isn't on a gorilla kick. Foyle went through the door like a diesel tractor. They were in a large, bare room. A heavy rope was suspended from the ceiling. A naked man was entwined with the rope midway in the air. He squirmed and slithered up and down the rope, emitting a mewling sound and a musky odor. Python, Foyle said. That's a break. Don't go near him. He'll smash your bones if he touches you. Voices below began to call. Forrest! What's all the shooting? Happy New Year, Forrest! Where in hell's the celebration? Here they come, Foyle grunted. Have to jaunt him out of here. Meet you back at the beach. Go! He whipped a knife out of his pocket, cut the rope, swung the squirmy man to his back, and jaunted. Robin was on the empty Jervis beach a moment before him. Foyle arrived with the squirmy man oozing over his neck and shoulders like a python, crushing him in a terrifying embrace. The red stigmata suddenly burst out on Foyle's face. Sinbad, he said in a strangled voice. Old man of the sea. Quick, girl. Right pockets. 3 over. 2 down. Sting ampule. Let him have it anywhere. His voice was choked off. Robin found the pocket, found a packet of glass beads, and took them out. Each bead had a bee-sting end. She thrust the sting of an ampule into the writhing man's neck. He collapsed. Foyle shook him off and arose from the sand. Christ, he muttered, massaging his throat. He took a deep breath. Blood and bowels. Control, he said, resuming his air of detached calm. The scarlet tattooing faded from his face. What was all that horror? Robin asked. Analog. Psychiatric dope. For psychotics. Illegal. A twitch has to release himself somehow, revert back to the primitive. He identifies with a particular kind of animal. Gorilla, grizzly, brood bull, wolf. Take the dope and turns into the animal he admires. Forrest was queer for snakes, seems as if. How do you know all this? Told you I've been studying, preparing for Borga. This is one of the things I learned. Show you something else I've learned. If you're not chicken-livered, how to bring a twitch out of analog. Foyle opened another pocket in his battle oak coveralls and got to work on Forrest. Robin watched for a moment, then uttered a horrified cry, turned, and walked to the edge of the water. She stood staring blindly at the surf and the stars until the mewling and the twisting ceased, and Foyle called to her. You can come back now. Robin returned to find a shattered creature seated upright on the beach, gazing at Foyle with dull, sober eyes. You're Forrest? Who the hell are you? You're Ben Forrest, leading spaceman, formerly aboard the pristine Vorga. Forrest cried out in terror. Were you aboard the Vorga on September 15th, 2436? The man sobbed and shook his head. On September 16, you passed a wreck out near the asteroid belt. Wreck of the Nomad, your sister ship. She signaled for help. Vorga passed her by, left her to drift and die. Why did Vorga pass her by? Forrest began to scream hysterically. Who gave the order to pass her by? Jesus, no! 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 The records are all gone from the Bones and Weeg files. Someone got to them before me. Who was that? Who was aboard Vorga? Who shipped with you? I want officers and crew. Who was in command? No! Forrest screamed. No! Foyle had a sheaf of banknotes before the hysterical man's face. I'll pay for the information. 50,000, analog for the rest of your life. Who gave the order to let me die, Forrest? Who? The man smote the banknotes from Foyle's hand, leaped up, and ran down the beach. Foyle tackled him at the edge of the surf. Forrest fell headlong, his face in the water. Foyle held him there. Who commanded Vorga, Forrest? Who gave the order? You're drowning him, Robin cried. Let him suffer a little. Water's easier than vacuum. I suffered for 6 months. Who gave the order, Forrest? The man bubbled and choked. Foyle lifted his head out of the water. What are you, loyal, crazy, scared? Your kind would sell out for 5,000. I'm offering 50. 50,000 for information, you son of a bitch, or you die slow and hard. The tattooing appeared on Foyle's face. He forced Forrest's head back into the water and held the struggling man. Robin tried to pull him off. You're murdering him! Foyle turned his terrifying face to Robin. Get your hands off me, bitch. Who was aboard with you, Forrest? Who gave the order? Why? Forrest twisted his head out of the water. 12 of us on Vorga! He screamed. Christ save me! There was me and Kemp! He jerked spasmodically and sagged. Foyle pulled his body out of the surf. Go on. You and who? Kemp? Who else? Talk. There was no response. Foyle examined the body. Dead, he growled. Oh my God! My God! One lead shot to hell. One lead shot to hell. Just when he was opening up. What a damn break. He took a deep breath and drew calm about him like an iron cloak. The tattooing disappeared from his face. He adjusted his watch for 120 degrees east longitude. Almost midnight in Shanghai. Let's go. Maybe we'll have better luck with Sergei Orel, pharmacist made off the Vorga. Don't look so scared. This is only the beginning. Go, girl. Jaunt. Robin gasped. He saw that she was staring over his shoulder with an expression of incredulity. Foyle turned. A flaming figure loomed on the beach, a huge man with burning clothes and a hideously tattooing face. It was himself. Let's read that again. Robin gasped. He saw that she was staring over his shoulder with an expression of incredulity. Foyle turned. A flaming figure loomed on the beach, a huge man with burning clothes and a hideously tattooed face. It was himself. Christ! Foyle exclaimed. He took a step toward his burning image, and abruptly it was gone. He turned to Robin, ashen and trembling. Did you see that? Yes. What was it? You! For God's sake, me? How's that possible? How? It was you, but... He faltered. The strength and fierce possession drained out of him. Was it illusion? Hallucination? I don't know. I saw it too. Christ almighty! To see yourself face to face. The clothes were on fire. Did you see that? What in God's name was it? It was Gully Foyle, Robin said. Burning in hell. All right, Foyle burst out angrily. It was me in hell, but I'm still going through with it. If I burn in hell, Vorga will burn with me. He pounded his palms together, stinging himself back to strength and purpose. I'm still going through with it. By God. Shanghai next. Jaunt!